Are you fucking me?
I think that might have been the first word that came through. Hello and welcome to this week's episode
Oh my god.
of Distraction and Discussion. We are your bumbling hosts, Alex, Scott, and Dalton.
10 out
Hi,
of 10.
I'm Scott.
He is. He is Scott.
I'm Dalton.
South.
I'm Dalton all day, every day. With or without sound, I'm Dalton. You know,
With or without sound, indeed.
Are you fucking me? Was the very first fucking thing. That's great. Hide your kids. Cover your ears.
There's with or without sound, there is a parental guidance warning on our splash page, as well as a mature audience logo.
Yeah, so if you're easily offended, fuck off.
Distraction and Discussion is not liable for any offense taken. That is solely the responsibility of the taking party.
Well, we tried. We did a lot of effort.
Third time's a try, right?
Yeah. It was.
What
fun.
do we go
Spider-Man.
through? What do we? Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Flawless transition after flawless start.
Flawless.
Flawless. How's it going, guys? How have you been?
Oh,
it's been a week.
It's great. It's just great.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we are back after a week hiatus.
Yeah.
Real life is a bitch.
It's been a lot of real life lately. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't have a voice, so
Yep.
That is true. You were out regardless, and then real life happened as well.
And since this is our live show, I will do some shop talk just to make things quicker and easier on myself. What do we use, Scott? Is it Streamlabs? Stream Elements? What is it?
Stream Elements.
Strelements. Yeah, I use Streamlabs, but you use Elements. That's why I was confused, and I was quiet. That sounds right.
I just need to move the text off of my face.
But it's...
No.
It was kind of doing everybody a favor. I didn't want to say it, but I had to. Somebody had to.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it freaking is.
Love it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see here.
So what's Spider-Man about? Is that like the Little Mermaid, or what's it like? Starting from zero.
Yeah.
Is it man?
That
is it
means more
man
than one
spider?
thing.
Oh no.
So this one is cool in my opinion. The story of this one is cool in my opinion, simply because it's not his origin story like every other one. It's not.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's
probably
not
a good
the.
thing.
It's not the whole. Yeah, let's do the. He got bit by a spider thing, and he has to learn how to use his powers. No, he's actually like a 8-year veteran. He's in college, and it speaks deeply to my current situation.
There you go. It's a more relatable to the current game. That makes sense. That's smart. Smart thinking.
Probably not.
Whoever made this game. Who made this game?
This isn't one of my absolute favorite publishers, developers rather. Insomniac.
Oh, I like Insomniac.
Yes, for anybody
What else
watching
did
at
they do?
home, they did the Ratchet and Clank series.
Yeah.
And that's one of my absolute favorite series. And they produced this highly critically acclaimed Spider-Man game. It's actually I believe the top-selling game of 2018, and has drastically beat God of War.
Wow.
Not only in the exclusives, but it's actually taken, I think, the top-selling game in its first week, or some further accolade past that. I may be misquoting that actual figure, but
it's exclusive.
That's pretty crazy.
It's showing great success.
All they really had to do was clone Spider-Man 2.
And that's where it works. I'll tell you that much right now. It has feeling of Spider-Man 2, but it's reminiscent instead of just it. It's not the Force Awakens of Spider-Man, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It definitely has less copycat-ishness to it, but it definitely harkens back to the parts of that game that were the core elements that we the audience enjoyed. But without further ado, let's go ahead and launch this, shall we? shall I move Scott out of the middle so we can see Spider-Man better?
Load the game and let's see.
Oh dear.
That looks way worse now.
Just
the worst.
Just make me invisible.
Yes. We're gonna arrest Scott.
I trust you.
You just pop me in a corner.
It's kind of weird having you just cut off. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Everyone puts Scott in a corner.
Should we all be on like the left or right side, or that make more sense?
I'm pretty firmly left.
Tickle me. That tickled me. Very good. Very good, sir. Left side wins. We're gonna try the left side.
Don't move me.
You're getting moved.
At least I'm on top.
Whatever. Don't get any ideas, buddy. All right.
Oh, you're the one with ideas. Seems so.
Yeah.
So, friendly neighborhood, man spider, right?
I don't know about you guys, but I really want to read the Peter Porker version of Spider-Man. Yeah, that's the real thing. Oh no, I just put us over chat, so we're not going on the far left here, guys. Sorry. You guys are getting thrown over to the right. That's right. You're my opposition now. Okay. One of these days, arrangement will be something I'm actually good at. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. All right, so he
also got a brand new suit for this. Insomniac created their own suit for Spider-Man, as seen in that image there.
Gutsy move.
For the audience, that may have been pretty loud. I think I turned the volume on the game down. We shall see. St. Michael, how's the sound for the game on your end? Is it too hot?
Oh yeah. I always think the game audio is too loud, but that's kind of my bias. Well, so let us know.
We are gonna enjoy some story of this. Thank you, St. Michael. I appreciate that. But however, we are still commenting, and we do have some things that have happened that we may go over and discuss. But let's go ahead and get started here.
Somebody's played a little bit of this. Spectacular.
Get out of here. They're actually doing a new game plus mode. They're going to be adding that soon, which has been really nice, which is a really nice idea. Oh, check some of this stuff out. Let's see here. Do headphones. Do subtitles on here, just in case we talk over them.
I like subtitles on.
Dude, check out some of these.
Subtitles always good for streaming.
Yes, check out some of these settings, okay? Disable parallaxing, that one's fine. There was some of these that were just really weird. Yeah, right here. When enabled, all QuickTime event sequences will automatically advance without required time button presses.
Yeah.
Easy mode.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's for?
Is it for streaming?
No, it's for people that are disabled.
Oh, nice. Okay.
QuickTime events are really annoying if you can't physically press the buttons like super well, but you can still pretty much play the game.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm with that. Thank you for explaining that. I was looking at that going, why would you do that? Of course, if you can't actually
like God of War is a really annoying game for some people, but
I'll tell you what, I actually went because I enjoyed the presentation of the first few levels of the new God of War. I actually went back because I never played 1 through 3. I'm playing through them just to get the storyline and everything going. That is it. I'm disabled in a lot of different ways, but it is a frustrating game. It can get
those games are tough.
Oh, and then they do some of the sequences they do, like when you have to like walk across shit. No, like this mechanic was not made for this game. I hate you all. Yeah.
Yeah, like nobody wants to get stuck on a cutscene. Right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's not fun for anybody. Like it's okay if you want a little bit of challenge there, but not everybody does.
I guess my first thought was, okay, how would you play Heavy Rain? The entire content of Heavy Rain is QTE, QuickTime events.
Yeah, not every game is gonna work the same way, I guess. Or I don't know. I mean, QuickTime events aren't bad. They just, I don't know. You don't want people to stall out in a cutscene like ever. That's
not every game.
Yeah, not every game works the same way. So.
Oh, we're getting the spider.
That's a cool little spider CGI. I like that.
I'll tell you what. Okay, here's something. I can't pause this yet. I don't think. Anyways, I'll say something. One of the coolest things about this game is this has some of the best lip syncs, a really enjoyable lip syncing for a game with the main character who you don't have to see his mouth. I find that really cool. I find that really cool. I hope you guys think the same thing, but we're getting a whole bunch of, we're missing a whole bunch of things here. We got empty vacation, empty new laptop collection jar,
bomb making kits, timers, sketchy matrix coding laptops.
We got some pretty iconic baddies here.
Rhino's Rampage.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk?
It's pretty cool.
And for anybody who's not seen or read any Spider-Man other than the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire version, the web shooting is not a genetic thing generally for, or a biological thing generally for Spider-Man. It's usually
a gadget. Those wrist thing?
It's a gadget. Yeah. It's something he's designed and developed. It's not something that is a part of his biology like it is in the Sam Raimi editions. You'll also notice here, we're in the classic Spider-Man suit. I did not expect this.
This is classic and then it changes later?
Actually, quite a bit later. I'll try not to spoil anything that I know. I haven't actually beat the game because I didn't want to have the ending spoiled for me when we do this playthrough here.
There you go. Seems so cool looking.
Oh, I'm telling you, the swinging is, it feels so good.
Take him down yet?
No. We're at Fisk Tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Can you guys hear pretty well on your end?
You know how his lawyers are.
A little bit.
He needs to go by the book.
Need more?
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this.
You really want to help? Head to Times Square.
So he's got like radio in with police? That's cheating. It's supposed to be some punk kid.
Like
now he's Batman.
You
just jumped off of nothing, didn't
you? No, they're actually pretty good about that.
You have a double jump.
No, I have no double jump.
It looked like it.
I do have a web zip.
Web zip? What is that?
He basically
like in the Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah, some of us didn't play that game.
Shoot something and pull.
Hello?
Parker, where are you? We must run this demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Dealing with a personal issue. I'll be in soon. Promise. Better wrap this up quick and get to my real job.
So how often do you just smack into the ground and die?
Spider-Man doesn't get fall damage. And that
sounds like a superpower.
Yeah, that's also canon, I believe.
No fall damage for Spider-Man ever.
I think it takes an excessive amount.
I guess that kind of makes sense for spiders can jump out of trees and shit.
Right.
Da-na-na-na.
And where were you during that explosion?
Get it. Morning, guys. Who's ready for their hot, fresh cup of bodily harm?
Get behind him!
Hot, fresh cup of bodily harm.
There's a
Gotta warn you,
each
feeling
suit
punchy today.
comes with a suit power that's associated with that with the storyline around that suit.
Okay.
And there's one suit, the vintage comic book one, I believe, that the superpower or the suit power, excuse me, that it gives you is just a string of insults.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. You just insult your enemies ceaselessly until the power expends.
That sounds awesome. So when is Spider-Man? So he's immune to fall damage and bullets?
No, very not much bullets.
Oh,
Man, this guy's
you
a
just
lot
dodge
of
them.
on his payroll.
You just neo some bullets.
Pretty much the spider sense is amazing.
Gotcha.
But that's more canon than the warning above Batman's head in the Arkham
Be
series.
there soon.
That's true.
See
I don't
Willie's
like
face when he
that.
slapped the cuffs on him.
Yeah, at least Spider Sense kind of like fits the like instinctual movement of
Okay,
certain
Yuri,
shit.
all done.
Well,
What's
and
happening?
Spider Sense is like the first power he gets every single storyline that Spider-Man is a part of.
Yeah.
And in his original origin, that is his like main power is Spider Sense.
Well, that's what you would notice first, right?
Well, that's probably what you would notice last, is the fact that he has like the force worth of foresight.
Well, no, he would notice.
Oh, yeah,
Upon
he would
getting new
notice?
powers,
For sure,
he would
yes.
notice that first. So when you get the origin story every time,
Yes.
you have to talk about Spider Sense first because that's got to be the most disorienting thing.
Whereas, you're right, and whereas here,
it's artificial webs.
well, no, well, here it's they're actually respecting a lot of the audience, in my opinion, by assuming you know most of the things like what is Spider Sense, instead of having to go and he can foresee attacks against him. They just kind of go activate Spider Sense with circle. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Hey, where you going?
Also, if you hadn't noticed, the game is pretty cinematic and very good transition between cutscenes and the actual gameplay.
Yeah, that was a good little, like, didn't pull you out of the action, but showed the...
I've got this, buddy.
It showed how cool Spider-Man is. Like, it really took a
Yeah,
close-up.
it was
awesome.
able to do
Sure.
some things that I'll be able to do later and show them to me without making me feel removed from the character.
It's good, because a lot of games do cutscenes wrong, still, in 2018 and shit.
Yeah, very much though. Oh, he got me.
Wow, you're dead. Hmm. Whoa, hacks. That's pretty cool.
Shouldn't have messed with the Kingpin. He's airborne!
Man, that was I didn't even mean to do that. That was pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I was like, damn, I even jumped in there. Oh, he got right into the fire. That's kind of bad, right?
That was sick.
Also, one thing you might appreciate, Dalton, is the fact that there's no health regeneration. You have to expend. You have to expend what they call focus, which is like your battle prowess, to charge up your suit and heal you.
It's kind of interesting. Different mechanics.
So like you can see there, my health at the top bar, and the spider icon underneath is my focus. And if I hit down on the D-pad, it'll expend as much as it takes to get me to full health, if I have that.
Gotcha.
I prefer a more direct approach.
And then it'll heal over time. It won't instantly heal me.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Insta heals are kind of BS.
Yes.
Getting to the upper floors and hoping nobody turns on the elevators.
Our choppers are taking fire. Looks like Fisk has armed men on every floor.
He's desperate.
Here's a fun fact about Spider-Man.
Not yet. Just picked up
this isn't expressed in the game. This is something canon of the character.
Server room it is.
He apparently has complete conscious control over over his stickiness on a molecular level. So like he can turn on and off his stickiness like by fingertip by fingertip. So like he could be just like put one arm out on a wall and just be like hanging on by by a fist. Like every time he's ever caught somebody, like swung down and caught somebody, he could literally just take them and stick them to his back.
Yeah, what?
I mean, that's literally
like a mama spider would do. You know, why doesn't he do that?
Again, these things are kind of interesting. I learned that at actually a comic book store, but yeah, like it's interesting. He could literally just like control his back to be really sticky and just like stick people back there as he's like swinging, so he can have both of his arms back, you know, so he's not like swinging tied up with one arm to somebody.
I feel like I could carry like 5 glasses at work, one on each finger, like sticky to it, just like no problem. Here's your beer.
If you could keep them upright, sure. I mean, frankly, you could like stick them like sideways to your arm or something.
Just beer stuck to my chest everywhere. I'm just super drunk, like just drinking off of like. It's like, you know, you wear the hats with the 2 beer and then the straw that come down, but you just have like beers everywhere and then lots of straw. Pull them off.
Oh, it's like a plethora of straws in front of you. Very good.
Yeah. Spider-Man's just wasting his abilities, fighting crime and shit.
Yeah.
He needs to party more.
Well, he is in college. You think he's gonna use that to his advantage?
Yeah. That's true. Is there some good like Red Solo Cup Spider-Man action in this game? Because
I don't think we ever actually see him. I haven't seen him attend a class. He works.
He's not in college. He's not in college. He's just the same age as you. That's all it is.
There you go. Yeah.
And living in a dorm room. I mean, but there's no college.
Well, he lives in an apartment. We saw him get a bill at the opening.
Oh, okay.
He's just going to school to keep his uncle.
Oh, too soon.
Oh.
Too soon. 60-year-old comic, too soon.
Regret your life choices yet?
To the dome.
That's pretty cool.
Find that server room before there's no evidence left.
That's probably it, right? No? The thing marked server room.
Oh, how convenient. Wonder why we didn't see that before.
Oh, man. My observancy. Yes, that's a word.
Server room.
Wait, I can go in sneaky, right?
There we go.
Yes,
What?
there's a vent somewhere. Yes.
Huh. It's like my own private ventrance.
Boo, boo, ventrance,
Maybe
boo.
a dirty crimson. He has remarkable clean air
Ventrance.
vents.
Hurry up.
I like it.
Clock wants everything erased. Can't make it delete any faster.
Come here, you.
They're so cute when they're oblivious.
That's cheating.
Need another minute or 2.
No, it isn't.
Is this tech support? I forgot my password.
Don't let him near
Aw.
the console.
Wow.
Hold him back.
I think I missed everybody.
Yeah, I think you did everything wrong.
I know. It's bad.
My last job were rude.
Sit down. Stay down.
Gotta access that console before everything's gone.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, sure. 10 seconds remaining.
There it is. Aw, you guys forgot the latest kernel patch.
Hiding so. Cowardly. Here for you.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
After all these years, you're still just an ignorant child.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
Damn you. Get that door down now! Get past him. Destroy everything. Look around you. I did this.
Okay, so there was like some story happening, right? So there's this was just a guy that you like. It's a corporate like bad guy.
Well, we're at the Fisk Towers, which is essentially Trump Tower.
Okay.
Been a long, tough road.
Sounds like a good place to start a game in
Almost sad to see
2018.
it end.
Yeah, like this is
essentially Trump Town.
yeah, this tower is like I don't know where it is geographically, if it's actually where Trump Tower is in New York.
Oh yeah, I forget that Spider-Man's just straight in New York. It's not a
There,
fake city.
yeah.
Like, think about like Gotham and stuff.
No, this is a legit place. Let's see. Am I
Yeah.
going down?
So
Where are we
Fisk
going?
Tower.
Ooh, there was another guy I missed. And they are trying to take down Fisk for the first time, or no, for the final time, I
Fisk has
guess.
the whole place wired.
Okay.
I'm sending in a bomb unit.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way. Kill him! Boss will kill us! I think that's all of them. It's clear. Move up! Hey guys, I guess bombs are part of Willie's getaway plan? Sounds like they're trapped.
You go after them. We'll look for the bombs.
So we know there's bombs.
Yeah. Definitely some bombs.
Everyone clear out! Evacuate the building!
Probably some bad guys. Maybe some webs or two.
I'll find them.
Bottle of Chianti, and you got a good evening.
Spider-Man! We can't move! We're pinned down!
Chianti and fava beans. Is that what?
When you freak, get out fast. If you can
Yeah.
walk, help the injured. Got it?
New York isn't real. Whoa. New York expert.
Go, go, go!
Thank you! He did it! Let's go!
Okay, Willie. Coming your way.
Spider-Man, it's Yuri.
Yeah, you go get that, Willie.
Could be better. Our choppers took a beating.
Ah.
We just had to ground our last one. If Fisk calls in a chopper, we have no one to stop it from landing.
And no one to chase him if he flies away.
Why do I get the feeling that's what he was planning all along?
Because he probably was. Damn. Yuri, get EMTs up here, fast!
We're trying.
All right.
That guy looks like a dick. Oh, you didn't grab the rocket and save all your friends behind you. Now they're dead.
That's enough out of you.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
More rockets?
Just now.
Also, I can't grab the rockets.
I feel like that would be a cool mechanic.
Oh, it is when you unlock it.
Oh, it's just not available right
What? Is it National Rocket Day or something?
There's a leak for that, you know?
Huh.
Man, how'd the bomb squad guys get through this?
Hardcore parkour.
Settle down. I've got enough for everybody.
Parkour.
You got short. Okay, room is clear. Bomb squad must.
All right.
Hope they're okay.
Sure, this one's a triangle.
You guys all right?
We were just about to call for backup.
I think I'm it.
Lead the way. We'll be right behind you. Heads up, boss.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, come on.
So you guys were in bed with Fisk all along? Oh no, I'll never get that image out of my head. So your plan didn't work. On to plan B, getting kicked in the face.
Now it's starting to look a little like
Little what?
combo action game. Kind of reminded me of like Kingdom Hearts for a second. That's just a game I've played that has that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sick.
Looks like some of your guys were on Fisk's payroll. Good news is, they were Willie's last line of defense. I'm right outside his office.
Take him down, now.
With pleasure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, like I think Fisk is even on the front of this building
Writing your
in
memoirs?
gold.
Don't forget the hyphen
Jeez.
between Spider and Man.
The hyphen between Spider and Man.
I won't be long. I'm surprised you made it this far. But your foolishness ends now.
You do know I can still see you, right?
8 years of this insolence.
Problems.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't have. Gotta wait for an opening. It's reloading.
I got both? Wait a minute. Oh, there we go.
Okay, now.
That'll do it.
How is this happening?
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you!
Take your best shot.
Hulk smash.
No!
I've had this!
You asked for it.
Oh, okay.
That gave me an opening.
You know, while we're sitting here playing and watching this game, Donald Trump is having a dinner with $100,000 a plate at the Trump Hotel.
Is that part of the billions he raised for Puerto Rico?
No. No.
What does that phrase
this
even
is part
mean?
of the millions that he's raising for himself.
His
Somehow
rage
he's able to
teacher.
profit off of the office of the president of the United States.
Well, we all know the scheme of him charging Secret Service for their rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And all the trips to Mar-a-Lago.
Same to you.
Yes.
You know what to do, man.
Surrounded.
Everyone engage.
Ah! Ah! Get away from me.
This is fight scene 3 with more backup for the big guy. Didn't you already like kick his ass?
I
Do it again.
I loosened him up.
You loosened him up. He's like a jar of pickles.
Right.
I don't want excuses.
Now he's dead. You did it now, Spider-Man. You just snapped his neck.
What do I pay you for?
No, he's fine.
All of this work. You
Man.
just get shot in the back by mistake.
Speaking of DC comics and a hero actually killing somebody, the
No.
yet again I'm gonna rep the Batman Who Laughs. He was basically the creation of the Batman actually killing the Joker.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
the Killing Joke kind of ended like,
But this,
kind of like that.
yes, but yeah, but it was still rather ambiguous.
It was implied.
It was implied. Yes, that's. However, that is true. The point made in.
Oh, and Batman's killed a ton of people, just by the way.
Well, if you look at anything from the Zack Snyder universe.
Or in a lot of the older comics too, like I can't remember if it was Golden Age or Silver Age, but yeah, he killed a lot of people.
This was in difference to the Killing Joke. The Batman Who Laughs is essentially the Batman turning into Joker. And he gets infected with Joker toxin and becomes.
Sorry. I had an itch, so I had to smack my microphone. You're welcome, everybody. Dude.
Oh, I got distracted by that and missed my QTE.
You're welcome.
Way to
that
go,
was my
dog.
plan the whole time. Now you got to start over and fight this guy 6 times.
Oh, it's still on the. It's on the. Okay.
It's it.
This fight's pretty fun though. I'm having a good time.
You keep doing that thing where you like slam into him, but he just catches you every time. Even you throw him through. Grabs you.
So, should we kiss now? Yeah, maybe later.
I feel like that was a shot at the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Might have been. Not even a scratch.
Kidding? Look at his suit.
No. The back of his head looks fine for how many floors.
You've got more enemies in there than I do.
If you think this will be more than a minor inconvenience.
Whoop, gotta go. Hey, good luck, Willie. I have a feeling you're gonna need it.
Idiot! I'm the one who kept order in this city! 1 month! In 1 month you'll wish you had me back!
The Kingpin is
Ominous.
heading to prison. End of an era. I feel like I should celebrate. Maybe take a vacation.
I have a feeling this game doesn't involve vacation. If I were to guess.
Vacation Simulator, Spider-Man. Let's see here.
Skill trees.
Oh, come on. There we go. No, it was waiting.
Parker, where are you? The committee will be here soon. We need to run an equipment check.
I'm almost there. Blocks away.
Guess I'll just do it myself.
It's not safe. Gotta love Doc's enthusiasm, but sometimes it gets him into trouble. Better get there before he hurts himself.
City's kind of cool.
With it being
heard of
actually New York, I think from someone who's never actually been, it's pretty darn realistic.
Seems pretty cool.
And
Is it essentially just kind of the same layout, major features, and the random building stuff?
I would assume something like that, yes.
Yeah.
Because it has part of this game is taking pictures of actual landmarks like Times Square and
oh yeah,
you know, Rikers and things like that.
Well, it's got the One World Trade Center. I saw that in the background.
Oh, nice. I heard an interesting fact.
I'm sorry.
And since you guys are not playing the game, maybe you can fact check me on this. But apparently, just days after the World Trade Centers went down, Trump remarked that now his tower was the tallest in New York.
Pretty sure that was the day.
No.
I'm pretty sure. I will find out.
Oh my god. And he was recently quoted as like, I was down at ground zero. I was picking up things.
Yeah. It was the day. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Scott was exactly right. He said that on September 11th, 2001, 40th Wall Street actually was second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And now it's the tallest. Our president, anyway.
The day that 3,000 people died.
It was within hours of the tower coming down.
Yeah, he only cares about him.
What a senseless fuck.
Well, and when he went to the memorial service this year, he did the friggin' fist pump.
What?
You didn't see the picture?
No, I didn't see anything. You can here's something interesting you can do. If you want to show the stream something that I don't have, you can do screen capture or screen share on Discord, and it'll put it up where you are on OBS. Wow, that quote's shitty too there.
Yeah, that was in 2013 from Trump.
I actually do remember that one.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, though. All right, let's get into a good cutscene. We're gonna get the reveal of his boss here.
I don't know how this is gonna work because I know you have my camera like trimmed down. We'll give it a shot.
A little bit, not too bad. Let's see what happens. I still have you.
How do I share my screen?
It's you have to go out of you can't do it in full screen. You have to do it in minimized, and it's right by turn off and on camera.
I just read something awkward as fuck. Sorry, I'm not listening to what you guys are saying.
Well, is it worth sharing?
Yeah, so during the campaign trail, March 2016, a lady in the crowd asked Trump if he would hire veterans 9/11 survivors.
Oh, nice.
Trump invited her on
stage. That is Trump arriving at the memorial service just a few days ago for 9/11.
He must feel like a god in that picture.
He's so weird.
Thank you for pulling that up. That worked beautifully.
That did work really well. Good job.
What an idiot.
What were you saying, Dalton? I'm sorry.
This lady asked if he would hire veterans. Trump pulls her up on a stage, essentially doesn't listen, gives her a hug, promises her a job, and when she hugged him and kissed him on the cheek, he replied, "Thanks, sweetie. That's nice." It's just like this really weird. I don't know. Everything about 9/11 with this guy is fucking bizarre.
That's like one of those stately faux pas things for me. Like it's kind of one of those like just awkward moments. I don't really care too much about that. It's weird though.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the blind people comment that I heard today?
No.
He apparently, when he was building Trump Tower, he berated a architect when he was showing Trump the designs and sketches for his elevators. It had Braille in there, and he said, "Remove the fucking Braille. Blind people won't live here. I won't allow them to live here." Is essentially the sentiment there. The quote goes on, and you could probably Google that, but yeah, I heard that in passing today off of TYT. His comments against blind people, like,
yeah. Since Dalton brought it up in chat, here is.
I would like to extend my best wishes to all, even the haters and losers, on this special
I had to get it
date.
out of the way. There we go.
I did my Trump impression in class today on accident, and everybody was like, "That sounds just like Alec Baldwin."
Oh no.
I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was like, yep, I probably sound much more like Alec Baldwin's impersonation of Trump than actual Trump. That's so funny. All right, let's get back to this real quick.
So the doctor's gonna kill himself,
Start
or I
up.
mean, hurt
The
himself.
grant committee's director will be here soon.
Well, it's Otto
fine,
Octavius,
Parker. I
Dr.
invented this
Octopus.
equipment. I think I can handle
Mm-hmm.
Power damper. Oh, man. Maybe we should abort.
Not yet.
Blind lust for power.
Hold on. Dr. Octavius, are you okay?
Another setback.
So we still get the origin story for Doc Ock.
But we're close.
You get an intro to an enemy.
It's
Boss.
this one's more augmented, I would think.
Is anyone hurt?
No, it was all my fault.
The energy levels exceeded our expectations. From a certain viewpoint, that's a very positive development.
It doesn't smell very positive.
I assure you, in the next phase.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is there somewhere else we can discuss this?
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off, Peter.
Ouch.
We'll talk later.
Y'all about to get fired.
That was a disaster. How could the dampener have failed? I know Doc said take the day off, but I have to figure out what went wrong.
I will say the detail to environment is incredible.
It's pretty good.
I think we've got samples of every type of prosthetic in existence. Our first volunteer subject, Lance Corporal Texador. Lost his arm overseas and now just wants to hug his daughter again.
I feel like you can never escape the sole protagonist narration trope.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly the prosthesis has evolved. I remember when our prototype used parts I ripped out of an old microwave.
I feel like it's supposed to be interpreted as an inner monologue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, you are in bad
Yeah.
shape, little guy.
It's an okay style, but you don't want that to, like, all the time.
Let's see what's wrong with you.
For people like me who don't like story, this can be tough.
See, I've been so deprived of story as of late that every narrative-based game has been just a blessing.
So bummed out.
See, and we're just different
If I'd
people.
been here
Oh,
to
yeah.
pre-check, I would have caught this.
Of course, I did go through and play Binding of Isaac for like way too many hours.
Yeah, I love that game.
I want to get the Afterbirth or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I haven't played that one yet, but it's essentially the same game, just bigger and better.
Yeah, I think they just augmented it or changed a few things.
Mhm.
So now we're getting introduced to our
Servo control.
to our puzzle mechanics here.
Yeah, some simple hacking puzzles, essentially.
Yeah, right.
Here's a couple of other fun tweets.
Great. Let's go.
You're gonna have to read them off while I'm doing this.
So, this is Trump talking about the hurricane that hit Puerto Rico. 3,000 people did not die in the 2 hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico.
That's
when I left
factually
the island after the storm. Oh, I know it's factually wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to point out to anybody watching this from, the alien mothership after we've irradiated the Earth, that we can verify that is just a fucking lie from the President of the United States of America. Go ahead, please.
Okay, what next?
When I left the island after the storm had hit, they had anywhere from 6 to 18 deaths. As time went by, it did not go up by much. Then, a long time later, they started to report really large numbers, like 3,000.
It's almost like they didn't have electricity and water to properly report how much trouble they were in.
Well, there was
or you were just fucking ignoring them the whole time.
There was a large stock of fresh water that just got left to rot that was supposed to go to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Left in a field. I can find a picture of that at some point.
If I'm not mistaken, there was actually a government contract given out to a private company to do the actual recovery work, the rescue work and everything like that, and they didn't fulfill any of the contract whatsoever. So yet again, it's business doing
just swindled some taxpayer money.
No, Dalton, it's doing the Lord's work.
It's good business sense if you're to not actually do anything you're paid to do and just take the money and keep it for yourself.
Oh, speaking of good business sense, there was you guys may not remember the executive for one of the big pharma companies that recently got sent to jail.
Shkreli?
Yes, Martin Shkreli. So I guess you do know.
The second most punchable face in the United States.
Oh my God, he has such a punchable face. He actually, there was a big supporter that came out for him. One of the other, I can't remember if he was a cabinet member or part of another pharmaceutical company. Regardless, his statement was something akin to, it was ethical for him to charge as much as he could get for the products he was selling.
Yeah. I read that.
Oh, did
I read
you?
that,
Okay,
and I thought of a poker quote, because that's the way I think when I play poker, or when I need to like not be a good guy anymore, and I actually need to stop feeling bad for people who are losing all their money to me.
Yeah.
There's an emotional kind of cutoff you have to do, and the quote is, "It's immoral to let a sucker keep his money." And like that sounds like our healthcare.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when I thought of that guy.
That's not a philosophy you should have outside the poker table.
Yeah, that's not something I want in my life outside of this specific, like, yeah.
All right, Scott, go ahead. Let's continue.
So, tweet 2 of 2.
Let's see if that works.
This was done by the Democrats in order to make me look as bad as possible when I was successfully raising billions of dollars. Caps.
Projection and falsifying. What is? How do you raise? Is he doing a presidential fundraiser? What does that mean?
Gaslighting and smearing is just.
Again, I'm gonna go back to what I've said time and time again. For a Republican, what is true is what's useful, not what's factually accurate. Yep. Go ahead.
When I was successfully raising billions of dollars to help rebuild Puerto Rico, if a person died for any reason, like old age, just add them onto the list. Bad politics. I love Puerto Rico.
Just like you love taco bowls.
All their mayor names.
He loves the governor, though.
Good as new.
Weird. This guy. I don't know, like, what is Puerto Rico supposed to do at this point? Like, just secede from the Union and, like, start taking care of it again? Can they even do that? They're,
I
like,
heard
strangled by all the corporations.
Dude, check this out. Here's something that I don't think anybody on this panel considered. Where did okay, you know that Puerto Ricans evacuated, right? Where did they go? Yes.
Florida, Texas,
Florida.
Florida.
Guess what they can do in Florida?
Vote.
Bingo.
So here's a picture. This is an aerial picture, and I don't know how well you can make it out, but each of these squares is a case of water.
The green screen's kind of messing with it, but it's okay.
Yeah. So each of these squares is a case of water that was meant to go to Puerto Rico to help with the relief effort. Just sitting in a field.
Wow.
Billions of dollars, Trump. You'd think you could have shipped that fucking somewhere.
No, he just wanted to go there and throw paper towels at people.
I should review what Doc's been developing.
I'm helping.
What a good guy, you know. Thoughts and prayers. It's about it's almost as good as rotting water in a field.
No, because rotting water in a field actually existed at one point and could be useful to someone who finds it late at a later date. Thoughts and prayers are useful to no one at any point ever. Oh, except for if you're trying to gain votes, because what's true is what's useful.
Yeah.
I will say it again. What's true is what's useful.
And all of that water is now contaminated and is not suitable for consumption.
Okay, so now it's less useful. But I bet there is something you can do with the plastic. See, again, tangibility is more is better than just your stupid fucking thoughts and prayers. I'm tired of your stupid fucking trope.
Speaking of hurricane relief efforts, did you hear that Donald Trump funneled money away from FEMA before the hurricanes are going to hit the East Coast and diverted it to the ICE?
Yes, he also Good Morning America did an interview with the head of FEMA, and he is quoted as saying that this is superficial and does not affect our preparation plans, our ability to execute, or our accessibility to resources in any way. So you're not going to win anybody with that argument, unfortunately.
Just think it's funny.
It's ridiculous. Did you also hear that? Speaking of ICE, we're just gonna ride this fucking train of thought until it goes. So
race train. Let's go.
Here's ICE. The recent, you know that Trump has recently backed off of the zero tolerance at the border, right? So you would think that the numbers of youth, children, adolescents in these camps and everything would start to decline, right? Because we're no longer being so rigid about our separation of blah, blah, blah. However, it's spiked in the last few months, according to recent numbers. And the thing that's really abhorrent that I think is being overlooked is the fact that now the reason being, I think, behind it, that I've been led to believe behind it, is that they're forcing sponsors, the people who would come and take these children into their custody, for the first time are now being required to be fingerprinted, and those fingerprint information and identification information are going to be sent to ICE. So then they can deport those individuals, assumingly, is what now that's my conjecture on top of that. What I gave you was facts. Now they're going to deport those individuals is conjecture, but why would they give them to ICE anyways? Because we known for several administrations, including the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, Obama, that immigrant children, illegal immigrant children, are often adopted by or taken in as into the guardianship by other illegals that are in the states already, that are family members.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's understandably a large portion of potential sponsors for these children that are understandably scared to come forward and give their fingerprints and ID, blood samples, hair follicle test to ICE agents.
Yeah,
Then
like
if you say you're gonna abolish ICE, then you want to abolish law enforcement. Is the most common thing that I've gotten in pushback whenever I push back against ICE.
and that makes literally no sense.
But you know, have you not experienced that? Have you not seen that?
I don't get that pushback, but I don't argue with people about ICE very much.
Well, it's something
but
that
ICE
Ocasio-Cortez
existed.
and the Democratic Socialists of America have on their platform is abolishing ICE. So they say, well, they just want to rid ourselves of all prisons and all law enforcement. They just want anarchy. They're anarchists. Look at these socialists. They're anarchists.
Yeah, that's.
Do you hear
fucking
they're
ridiculous.
looking to deploy Reaper drones on the Mexico border?
I'm actually not familiar with what class of drone a Reaper is.
Sounds bad.
They're hunt and kill drones.
Oh, HKs. Okay. I'm assuming those are the ones with the pew-pews on them.
Yes.
Because that's easier to say than, you know, personnel assault device.
They're the same ones that we have deployed in the never-ending war on terror.
Oh, was it Lindsey Graham who said that the war against evil never ends? You should never pull out of Iraq and Afghanistan and things like that?
Oh yes, perpetual war. That's just what we want.
That conspiracy theory.
We have not been at peace.
Let's never give up.
Since I was 10, 11.
You old man.
Well,
you knew peace?
Material for the prosthetic.
Oh, barely.
We're about to have a vote.
The 90s were a magical time.
Not for music.
Alternative music was okay in the 90s. The rest was shit. Well, country was good in the 90s too. Don't get me wrong.
I would not know.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a connoisseur.
Tell Doc to keep looking for other materials.
I'll trust your judgment on 90s country music and plead the fifth.
I should get out of here before I screw things up even more.
No. So, just the first thing I thought of when you said that, you know, we backed out on that zero tolerance policy. So we just tricked a whole bunch of people into trusting ICE agents for like half a second, and then patted the book. It's kind of what it feels like. It feels like, oh no, we're actually going to start being good people again, and then no, you can't ever trust us, not even with your children. Like, these are dingoes. Don't ever trust this government. Fucking bot.
Well,
the dingo will eat your baby.
Literally eat your baby.
Yeah, these are dingoes. No, even if they tell you they back off policies, you can't trust them now. They're dingoes.
That's amazing.
That's a steam company.
It's amazing, but also really heartbreaking because there's a lot of people that want to help these kids that now cannot, and have to continue to not trust this government.
I actually heard that there was an idea going around that a lot of immigrants are, instead of wanting to be separated from their children, once they cross the border with their children, they actually just send their children on their own and stay in, you know, the place where they're fleeing, you know, the place where they're seeking refuge fucking from. They're just gonna stay there, but they at least want to take the next generation to a place that they might find safety. Wait. Are they brown?
This sounds like something a criminal would do. We should treat these people like criminals.
These people that are escaping
as soon as we meet them.
These people that are escaping, that are fleeing criminals, active killers, things like that. They should.
People that are willing to sacrifice themselves for their children. That sounds like a criminal without question.
Yes.
We should, you know, definitely just arrest these people attacking towns and not let them build a wall to keep these people out.
Well, they're
what the fuck?
Well, they're sending criminals and rapists.
Some of them, I suppose, are good people, but they would have
somehow he's not racist.
They would probably have to be white supremacist Mexicans to be good people in his eyes, though.
Oh, we got ourselves one of them self-hating Mexicans. Come on, Mordecai, let's get him.
Get him. That's fucking terrible.
Huh. Looks like Jameson's got a new episode out.
Oh, all right. Check this shit out. This is probably my favorite part of this game. Okay, does anybody remember? You guys, we're all basically children of the 90s, whether we were born there or not. You guys remember the early 2000s pretty well, like I do. Do you remember the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire movies?
Yeah. I still have not watched the third one.
Oh, you don't need to.
Yeah, I know.
I actually did kind of like the Venom adaptation, but it wasn't very good. Anyways, not worth watching. I have reasons. I'm not going to go through them here. Maybe next stream. Check us out next Thursday. We're going to go live then. I might talk about Spider-Man then, because I'm probably going to play this game then too. Okay. So let's just be honest with the viewers. I'm plural. We're popular.
We've got some popularity, like 1 unit of popularity.
Thank you all for watching us. We really appreciate it, and all the participation as well. The Sam Raimi adaptation of Spider-Man had probably the most loyal rendering of J. Jonah Jameson ever.
Who?
He was the head of the Bugle.
Oh yeah.
You remember that guy? Parker, into my office.
Yeah.
Scott, can you pull up a picture of
He's
that?
memorable as fuck.
Oh.
Of J. Jonah Jameson and the Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I know the guy that you're talking about.
Yeah, his rendition is fucking spot on to the comics. I cannot. I mean, he is literally the best part of all of those movies, and not. I actually enjoy those movies, but I will say he is just the most spot on rendition of any comic book character I've ever seen personally. He is essentially this game's Alex Jones.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
What a weird twist, though.
Oh, no, because he leaves the Bugle, right? And then he gets on the internet and he starts doing a podcast.
That's kind of awesome.
This guy right here. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I never thought I would be on board for such an Alex Jones story, but here I am.
Yeah. He is totally this. And
what's his name again?
His name is J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. That's such a. How do I not know that name? What the fuck?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Jonah.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. Right.
Jonah. He
Jenna. Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. J.J. Jameson is what he's generally called. He totally plays because his conspiracy theory throughout the entire canon of Spider-Man is that Spider-Man is responsible for all crime in New York. Either by proxy or
crime.
No, because of either by proxy, by imitation, or directly. Like he's either taking the crime on himself, he's inspiring others to take on the crime, or he's inspiring copycats to fight crime and blah blah blah. It's great. It's so great. But he's about to introduce J. Jonah Jameson into this plot here. I'm gonna let this play out here. Check this out, guys.
Interesting.
What is that? What is that? Scott, what the hell?
I know what that is.
It's my favorite Spider-Man meme.
I feel like that.
Play it.
That's pretty good. All right, here we go.
Number one fan thinks about the Fisk takedown.
This is Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize-winning two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Plug the book.
Two-time.
And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's book, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
No personalizations. Don't ask. Not gonna get it. Welcome with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting you to the threats you don't even know about. Let's dive right into the calls.
I'm so glad we got here.
Okay, so not for nothing. You gotta give Spider-Man respect for taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob boss is good for everyone.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix my
Is your name
toilet
Joe?
and shut up! Let me explain something
Yeah,
to
right?
you about crime
Absolutely.
bosses. Soon as one goes down, every punk with a gun, a tracksuit, and a drawer full of gold chains decides he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war in the streets, but does that whip-headed moron give a damn? Of course not. He got on TV. That's what counts.
Yeah, well, I can get copper pipe without paying kickbacks now. So until that gang war starts, I'm on the webhead side.
And you'll be singing a different tune when 3 new mobs are lining up to charge you triple for that same pipe. Or just break your legs. Goodbye!
Someday, Jonah, I'll get you to say something nice about me. Someday.
No, unfortunately, St. Michael, that is not the actor from the Sam Raimi universe. It's a very good rendition. In this universe, I definitely enjoy his version of J. Jonah Jameson, but I would have enjoyed that cameo more.
That would have been sick, right?
Yes,
His voice.
entirely. Because I mean, seriously, if you watch back any of those movies, he is so faithful to the character.
Yeah, people like that, I always wonder, like, would almost do the voice acting for, like, cheap or free, or, like, let's talk about, you know, expansion pack getting new voice acting or something. That'd be sick.
Oh, man.
Games should try and do that more.
I feel like that would change the original, like, original characterization. Plus, then you have to worry about royalties for the original actors.
Well, no, just have a bonus mode or only a new game plus to get, like, classic voice acting or something different, like, as something you unlock. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, man, I'd pay money for that.
Exactly, expansion.
Like, see, that,
you know?
like, that's where I think a lot of this microtransaction God damn it, Scott. This is where I think a lot of the microtransaction and monetization of games really runs amok today. And now we're going to talk about game politics. This is fun, right? We're on a gaming show.
We got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. But I don't think we're really provided with... I think the issue here is that games are worth more money than they're marketed for, I think. And that's counterintuitive to my pocketbook to say that. But I think our culture really wants it to be in this price range. That's why it stayed pretty stagnant. Even I think we looked a few weeks ago and Scott actually corrected me on how much a game cost back in the N64 era.
Oh yeah,
some of those were like 75, 80 bucks.
That's what I'm saying. You won't find an $80 game today, period, in a discussion. You just won't find it unless it's a special edition, collector's edition, yada yada, pre-order bullshit.
Well,
but
here's the thing though, this is me giving credit to EA, so this is very rare.
All right, go ahead.
So like with the Battlefield games, you can buy the base game and then buy the expansions later, or you can pay the $120, I think it is, and get the whole thing. And that's probably what the game is worth. And then you don't have to worry about all the extra bullshit. Fine and dandy. I'm okay with that, but they still offer this $60 game for people who don't want to spend the $120 and who don't care about the expansion.
Yeah, and I feel like you kind of made it kind of patently obvious that it's only a slice of the game if you pay the base price. And my greater point in bringing all this up is that I don't think that we're offered as consumers, as gamers, as enthusiasts, any bang for our buck in post-launch monetization.
No, not enough.
No.
Here, buy these loot boxes.
It usually just feels like a scam, some cosmetic stuff to get you to.
And even it's cosmetics, which like I will say I'm really enjoying a lot of like the suit changes, the cosmetics in this game, but I didn't have to pay for them. When I shell out for the DLC, it'll be for story mode things that they're adding later. I haven't completed this game, but I'm assuming because I purchased the game as a complete title, as a complete unit, especially from a narrative-driven company like Insomniac, I'm assuming that the game will have a complete package in and of itself. It'll be able to stand alone, right?
Yeah, I'm with you there. 100%.
Okay. So you're with me.
I want what I fucking paid for.
My biggest gripe is with on-disc DLC. You buy a game and then you have to pay money to unlock something that's already on the disc.
Yeah, and so that was also propagated a lot in the download game Origin era, where you would download a full game, and the way that I ended up noticing it is when you bought the DLC pack, it was a 16 kilobyte file. And it's like,
it's just an unlock key.
So wait a second, 16 kilobytes for an entire DLC pack that includes new characters, new stories, whole new scripting lines, probably new music. Wait a minute, how is that fitting into 16 kilobytes? Oh, if you logically think about it, it doesn't. What is that? It's an unlock key. I used up my hard drive space for content that I wasn't allowed to access when I purchased the content. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's some shady shit. Like, it's
unnecessary in my opinion. Let's get through this cutscene I want you to go through.
Now that you quit smoking,
I have something.
what do you tell people when you come up
hold on
here?
to it.
That I need a break from their crap.
Fair enough. So, why'd you call? Need a date to the policeman's ball?
You got a black and white suit? No ball this year anyway. We spent too much integrating Oscorp surveillance tech.
Worth it?
If anybody didn't notice that, that's a direct call to the fact that Venom isn't in this game, because his symbiote suit is black and white. That's a direct call because he's the favorite villain for Spider-Man, and he's not in this game specifically.
So, right?
It was until an hour ago. The system went down, citywide. Every tower.
How?
They tell me someone sabotaged the central server, and now all the towers are offline.
Inside job?
Maybe. I'll figure it out later. Right now, we need to get the towers back online. Fast.
And you called me? Aw, that's sweet.
I called someone I could trust. Plus, the signals are scrambled, and we have no idea how to fix it.
Ooh. I love a challenge.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me.
Here's a fun fact. Her character name is Yuri.
Let's take a look at this tower.
The actor's name for Spider-Man is Yuri.
Interesting.
What's your point, Dalton?
Okay, so something to think about, because I'm with you
Had a tower come back online.
halfway,
Not just
but I don't think we're properly solving the problem. I don't think we've properly found a solution to the problem with video games not costing enough.
Give us a full game and charge us more.
And that's been
here's
the
thing,
go-to.
they can't do that.
That's the go-to solution that everybody keeps mentioning, and no one is gonna. What company is gonna say, yeah, our game costs $80 now?
Yeah.
Which game? Which game? Tell me.
When every other game costs 60, that's.
I think Red Dead Redemption could easily be an $80 game. 2, I mean.
Okay, let me get to my point then. Before we decide which games can and can't be more than $60.
I'm just saying that if any company were to pave the way towards changing this field, it's going to be Rockstar. But Rockstar is the biggest company that's benefited the most off of the microtransaction industry, and they're not going to want to change it ever.
Yeah, why would they throw away the money they're already making hand over fist just to do the right thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When you're already motivated by profit, you're just going to keep eating. Point was, we haven't got a raise in this country since 1989 or 1980 or whatever. So,
a proper raise. We've had pay increases, but they have not been.
But this country can't afford a 50% increase on hobby like that in a good way. And so when you increase the cost of the games, they're going to sell less. I fucking know that. Because we can't afford to buy it, as like all of my college friends and people and teenagers. And allowances, I'm sure, are less so than they were when we were 90s comparatively and things like that. Like,
you know what? Here's a side tangent to that. What I want to know is I want to see some data on what age groups, like, is it, or what income groups play video games more?
It has to be younger people, I would assume.
And I said age groups before. I meant income group.
What income group? Yeah, exactly. When you think
is it lower income people, middle income, higher income? What? I want to know. I want to see some actual like empirical figures personally, but because I would think that it's lower and middle that absorb their times more in escapist hobbies like video games, because this is literally like wish fulfillment to play this game.
Role playing.
Yes, that's why you play. Why is Grand Theft Auto popular? Because you can do things in a real world setting that you can't do in the real fucking world. It's just logical. Like it's escapist. You're able to escape your reality and join a new one that's consequence free. And that's wonderful. That's beautiful. But I think that I think it was in Westworld, it was said that I think people indulge in things they want the most and experience the least. And that's why they read things and watch things like that. That's simple wish fulfillment, in my opinion. And that's simply why I think I love things like Spider-Man and Grand Theft Auto, is that I'm given this hero narrative that I'm able to fulfill. I'm able to actually portray. I'm controlling Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man at this moment. It makes me feel powerful, if only personally powerful. And that's something that is not afforded to the average person, which the average being that 99% of us are all lower income. That's an exaggeration. Sue me, kill yourself. Anyways,
but yeah, you're right.
It's really asinine. I think that I'm not trying to say that games should be socialized. No one should assume that. I think that games should be merit based. I think that they should be rewarded. Like companies should be rewarded capitalistically for their merit. It's I'm still not that fan.
There we go.
He's better. It's the escapism, I think, that really gets it. And I think that speaks, from my experience, I think that speaks more to a lower class of people like myself.
I agree. I think that's more valuable to a lower class of people if you were to generalize, and that's kind of a hard thing to do. I don't know if we'll solve the questions we're asking right now. But yeah, if you can't afford a $500 emergency, are you really spending the $120 or $80 extra, on the game? Can you? And do you need that game maybe a little bit more? And that extra $20-$30 means more to you than, some of the higher income.
Well, if you're talking about value, that's very subjective for starters. And then you have to think about how it's valued in our society. For instance, mental health is not in any way valued in this society that we inhabit. It's not covered by most medical private insurances. It's really not talked about socially a lot. There's nothing about the psychological health of video games that's ever discussed. The only thing that's ever discussed about video games is whether we should allow children to play them, because then they'll go into their schools and kill their friends. Oh wait, that's not actually the result of these things. Oh, but that's a useful fact, therefore it's true to the right wing. What's
to
true,
people that want it to be true.
I'll say it again. What's true is what's useful, not what's factually verifiable.
I can take care of myself.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's really looking at it through the lens of, is that useful or is it true? And you need to look at that, because if something is false, you need to look at why it's being pushed. Oh, because it's useful to manipulate.
Thanks, Spider Guy.
It's a hard thing to tell somebody. It's hard to tell somebody that they're being manipulated or they're carrying on someone else's manipulation. Like, those are really hard subjects to that's tough.
Well, pretty much anybody, whether you be left wing, right wing, old or young, anything like that.
Elevated position.
This is funny. For a while, Spider-Man here plays. He likes to harass Yuri, the police chief, by playing Spider Cop.
Spider Cop.
So he's Spider Cop a lot of the time, and it's fucking funny as shit.
That's fun.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No, of course not. The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Always thought he was a loose cannon.
It's almost Calvin and Hobbes-ish.
I'm telling you, man, the humor is really spot on.
Should we call
it? It is 10 o'clock. I need to call it.
I can modify.
Welcome to 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. We're playing Fallout? Or Far Cry? Was this Far Cry?
Yeah, I'm unlocking towers.
Yeah. Assassin's Far Cry?
Assassin's Far Creed?
Far Creed. Assassin's Far Creed. That's great. Did you just make that up? That's
yeah, on the spot. It was. I wish I could have done instead of Assassin's Creed like 3 different titles, but it's just how it came out.
It was pretty good.
We'll script it for the next YouTube video that we never end up making.
One day.
One of these days, stick with us here at Distraction Discussion, as we are your hosts, Alex, Scott, and Dalton. We really appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be playing some video games here, probably continuing this on at least one more week. Maybe we'll do some more political stuff as we go on here. But we've had a blast. At least I have. And we will see you next Thursday on Distraction and Discussion.
Bye-bye.
See you next week. Stay
Thanks
skeptical.
for coming by. I love you. Stay skeptical. Sorry, talked over you. I just wanted to say hi.
No, that's good.
Yeah.